Well, this is kind of cool. Last time we talked, we were in Portland. Now you're just casually in London right now.
I know. You interviewed me on the side of the street. It was my favorite
Yes.
interview ever.
Oh my gosh, you totally don't have to say that, but I appreciate you saying that.
Okay, fine. I'll
I,
take
I
it
do
back.
remember you mentioning that you opened for Passenger at the House of Blues in Boston. But
When
we
I
were talking
completely
about
faked.
venues. We had a couple conversations about like what it would be like to play just different bigger rooms, and now you're just casually on tour with Paris in the UK. That's insane.
It's so crazy. It genuinely feels like a dream to be here. And yeah, it's so weird to talk about that stuff and then it come and actually happen and come into fruition. So I'm very, very grateful to be
Yeah,
here. I've been having the time of my life.
I can only imagine. And you're in London right now, yeah?
We're in London, yes.
One of my favorite cities in the world. I was actually just there too. But so you just did Glasgow, you just did Birmingham. I'm saying these things like, we're talking about like Taco Bell or Wendy's, but like these are
I
just
know.
massive cities that, and you're playing a festival in Italy this summer too.
Yeah.
Um, I sound like a dad right now, but I really am elated because I was a fan before we talked. And I
Thank
mentioned
you.
to you before off camera that we had featured a couple of your songs and your covers and whatnot. But then I'd never seen you perform live. And we talked on the street, and then I went to your show that night. And if I wasn't a fan before, Charlotte, I mean, the energy is palpable. You are truly a rock star. And it's just
Thank
really
you.
cool to see you doing it, man. I mean, okay, so let's I've got the accolades out of the way. All
No, keep
right
gassing me
is
up. Keep it coming.
yeah. Please keep. You're like I have a show in like 2 hours. Please like keep going. All right is the single.
No, I'll never be alright, but maybe I'll get close. I'm drinking.
I can't. I'm gonna give you another compliment. Look at me. I sound like Jimmy Fallon right now, but yeah, keep me going. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to have a song that's not only a good song from a melodic, just like to listen to it standpoint, but has a message like this. We are huge advocates of mental health on XYZ with Erik Zachary, and to have something that's this important. Walk me through it. Walk me through what goes through your mind when you're performing this.
Honestly, it's so strange because we've been performing this song for maybe 6 months now.
Yeah.
So on my headlining tour, I think it was the first time we actually performed it live, and it obviously
Yeah.
wasn't out then. And it always felt so surreal. Like it genuinely, I think I wrote it about a time that I like was looking forward to where I am now. So it's
Sure.
very strange to be doing the things that I was picturing while I was writing that song that felt so out of reach.
Yeah.
And when I was writing the song, I was like, maybe one day I'll be doing a headline show, or maybe one day I'll find people that I feel like are like create this community of people around me, and like maybe I'll feel this way. And then to be able
Yeah.
to perform the song 2 years later after writing it, while I'm in a position and an environment that is all of those things, is kind of the craziest but like most beautiful reward ever.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, especially now that the song's out, we played it last night for the first time ever since it's been out, and it was just like a completely different experience. And it's
And
just
people know the
been,
words. Like that's got to be insane
it's
too to
so
perform a
weird.
brand new song and people are already singing along with
My
you.
mom's paying them off. I know she's out there in the crowd handing out $5 bills.
We love the
I'm like,
momages.
that's
My
the
mom's
only way
actually
it
on the
could
other
be
side of this camera right
possible.
now. She's visiting, so I get it, man.
I
It's
love
important to
it.
have that support. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, and it's honestly it's been so crazy, and I'm so grateful. There's nothing cooler than making music that's not just like a fun song or a song that you like, but that it has like an actual meaning and it relates to me and my actual life so much. So being able to share that with people has made it so much more important and enjoyable, I think. So
yeah, a
I'm
song
really
that's
happy
so
about it.
personal and like you said, you wrote in a darker time. But to see it not only get you through quite literally the last 2.5 years, but also now
Yeah,
it's the audience's song too. It's the listener's song. It's the people in the
absolutely.
crowd. That's incredible. I hope
Yeah.
my smile is matching how excited I am. Also, apologies.
No, I
I was
appreciate
explaining
it.
this to the team before we got on the call. I might look a little tired right now, and I know you'll appreciate this. Normally, I wouldn't bring up another artist, but I got a very last minute invite to the Fall Out Boy secret show last night in Chicago. And I know
Oh
how
my
much we
God.
we totally geeked over like All Time Low, Fall Out Boy, We the Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your name came up quite a bit in that room.
Stop. Don't
Yeah.
say things like that to me.
I am
My
not,
head's
and this
getting
isn't a
way too
gas up.
big.
This isn't me playing interview. This is me like being friends with you, saying I was talking to a lot of the labels and a lot of the management teams that were in that room, and I was like, oh yeah, I have an interview with Charlotte Sands tomorrow. You know, she's kind of making big waves, and they're like, oh my God, we've been paying attention to her. Like she's changing the game for
amazing.
female rock stars right now. So it's really cool how those two things lined up back to back.
That's so crazy. I appreciate that so much because like to even be thought of in the same sentence as all of those people is like the craziest thing in the whole world, and it's all I've ever wanted was to just even be like a contender, you know, in those circles. So I'm so proud of my team. I'm so excited that we get to do it together, and like we've just had so much fun, and we've pulled it off somehow. I'm still independent, so it's like a crazy win for us right now to be able to have all of this stuff going on, and just like we're just happy, we're just celebrating. I'm living my dream life, so it's all good.
These are the days that we look back when we're old and gray, and you know, like, hey, I met her one time on the street in Portland when there was a bunch of Louis Tomlinson fans in the background running.
Yeah.
I just
I was
rewatched
just
the interview
pretending
too.
they were there for me. I was like, guys, please
They were.
stop.
They
No
were obviously
pictures.
there for you.
They were like, we don't know who you are.
Yeah, we should just add a little bit of context. I interviewed Charlotte on the same day that I also interviewed Louis Tomlinson, and it was a live performance, but it was very cool. And I actually just spoke to a niece too, who was also there at the same time too.
No way.
Yeah, so it's all
that's
coming full
incredible.
circle. Yeah, we should just
I
FaceTime
love
Louis
it.
right now into this. Be like, hey guys, reunion.
Bring him
Let's do it.
in.
Yeah, he's probably in London. Charlotte, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're between soundcheck and the show, but I really am excited to even be a small glimpse of a part of this ride with you. And I'm excited that we can hang out hopefully soon in one of the stateside shows. Or, I don't know, I'll come out to Italy. Hell yeah, let's do it.
Come on. Come
Let's
to
do it.
Italy.
I need,
do it.
I'm like one of those people like, if this happens, then I'll go. It's like, this means like if you say the word yes, and then I just hop on.
Yeah,
the plane, so.
come on. We'll bring you out. You can come on stage.
Oh,
play the
don't say those things to
triangle.
me, Charlotte. Don't say those things. I am that
It'd be
person
so
that's
fun.
like, I've wanted that rock star
Books
moment
the
for a
ticket.
second. I can play drums for one song. Let's go. Let's go.
My
We'll just do like a
manager's gonna
quick
be like-
medley or something.
Yeah,
You know what we could
exactly. My
do?
manager's
We could
gonna
do
be like, "Why did you
Breakaway.
invite
Kelly
me?"
Clarkson. I'll learn it. You'll have your moment where you could bring it
You
back
know
on
that's
stage.
you know that's my song.
I'm
that's my-
deliberately
Kelly is
doing
my
this because
girl.
it's recorded. You have to know this. Like this is gonna come back
It's like a legal
someday. You're like,
contract. This is
"Shit,
legally
why did I
binding."
agree to that? Charlotte, enjoy
No,
the
you're the
show.
best. Thank
Enjoy the
you.
ride. I am so
Thank you
excited
so
to
much.
hopefully hang out with you in person soon.
I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to it.